Hi, I'm Casey Truby, and here is mistake number 3 that we make in business that keeps us from getting rich. Remember, rich is the top 1% of the income makers, $365,000 in income a year. Now, that's net income, not gross. When we talk numbers, it's always net. Okay, so here's the third thing we do wrong. We make a mistake, but we make the same mistake, every single day. Isn't that bizarre? Over and over and over again, we make mistakes. Now, you can tell this is true if you look back at your financials and you see that in 2003, 2004, 2005, on and on and on, your income has been right about at the same level. You haven't gone up tenfold. As a matter of fact, you haven't doubled in 1 year. And I think every business has the capacity to double their gross sales in the next 12 months. I know that's kind of surprising to you, and over the blog, we're going to talk more about that. It's not that difficult to do. But the reason that we don't get there is because we make the same mistakes over and over, year to year. Listen, I'm one of the worst. I'm going to tell you my exact story. I go out and teach accountants how to do sales and marketing. And over the years, we've fallen so much in love with our product or service that we raise the price up to $10,000. And we're always arguing about the high price with clients, and they're always uncomfortable about it. And that was one of the mistakes I made over and over. My pricing just seemed to be at the end of the comfort level. Now, that's not that it wasn't worth what we do. Quite frankly, I think it was worth more. When the accountant follows our advice and they give us $10,000 a year, they'll get $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 and more billing coming in the door. So I think it's well worth it, but the accountant who we're trying to sell doesn't think it's worth that much. And so it's the same mistake. We're overpriced in the market, and it's the same mistake year to year to year. Now, I'm such a high-powered salesman, I don't have any trouble getting a sale. But I couldn't hire salespeople because they couldn't duplicate my effort. So I had to be the only rugged individual, the lonesome cowboy, to go out there and make the sale. 1 or 2 or 3 mistakes. That's what cuts us from making money, and we make the same silly ones every single day. Now, that's just plumb nuts. And I see this happen constantly. I'm going to give you another example. We've got a really clever business model. We teach business owners how to be successful. And I've focused 100% of my effort over the last 25 years into the accounting industry. Now, here's something. I was listening to Mark Victor Hansen the other day, the guy that did the Chicken for the Soup for the Soul books. And he's talking about markets and who he writes books for. And he said, I won't go into a business where there is not at least 3 million potential customers. And I'm thinking, oh Lord, I have just spent 25 years in a market where there are 66,000 potential customers. He won't even touch one without 3 million, and I've focused my entire life on one with 66,000. Now, isn't that a good example of making one little mistake every day for 25 years? So seriously, sit down and think about the things we're doing in business. Are we making the right assumptions? Have we approached this with some critical thinking skills? And sat down and said, what mistake am I making every day that I'm convinced is probably not that bad of a deal? It's Casey Truby, the Lonesome Cowboy. Let's try to keep that cash register ringing.